A big problem that a lot of lower level Pac-Man players have is dealing with projectiles. Since Pac-Man is a projectile based character, setting up walls as him is pretty important. However, it's a little more difficult to do if your opponent is constantly firing higher priority projectiles your way. This is the main reason why less experienced Pac-Man players struggle a lot against characters such as Samus and Villager, who can generally win projectile wars more easily. Well, today I'm going to be teaching you about Pellet Shielding, an advanced tech that gives Pac-Man a fantastic defensive option and an easier way to get around projectiles. Before I explain what Pellet Shielding is, it's important to go over how Power Pellet works and its frame data. Once you input Power Pellet, it takes 23 frames for you to be able to attack with a move, however you can still hold it for much longer. Unfortunately, the hit is not safe on shield and can still be punished even if it doesn't hit your opponent's shield, and can really only be used offensively as a combo finisher in some cases or for recovering. However, the real strength in Power Pellet is the pellet itself. Much earlier before you can attack with Power Pellet, a pellet is generated that has a hurt box but isn't directly linked to Pac-Man, meaning you don't take damage if it gets hit. Instead, the pellet just drops to the ground and can be eaten to heal 2%. When the pellet is hit, Pac-Man will experience a grounded ending animation of the move, which isn't particularly long, and then can act right after. Pac-Man also has control over where the pellet is for the duration of the charge. Pellet Shielding exploits a hurt box on the pellet to wall out projectiles. Almost every projectile in the game will trade with Power Pellet. This means that if your opponent throws out a slow, predictable projectile at you, you can react by using side B to get rid of their projectile and then heal 2%. So why is this useful? Well, first off, the timing on this is significantly more lenient than trying to perfect shield a projectile. Furthermore, if you can't time perfect shields well, you don't take shield damage Pellet Shielding and have about the same amount of end lag. Additionally, you also heal 2%, which will be insignificant most of the time, but can have you survive when you otherwise wouldn't have in very specific instances. The important thing about healing, however, is while it might be insignificant in the long run, it may give your opponent enough stimuli to stop making them want to carelessly throw out that projectile. This won't always be the case, however, it will make your opponent a little more reluctant to keep zoning you. While Pellet Shielding is a very important tech to learn, it's not always a good idea to use it. Against characters like Samus and Mewtwo who have pretty deadly projectiles that are best used at long range, this is fantastic. However, you shouldn't be Pellet Shielding close range projectiles like bombs. Additionally, this check should be exclusively used as a reaction, not as a read, and thus shouldn't be used against fast projectiles like slingshots and needles. This is because if your opponent doesn't throw the projectile at you and you try to Pellet Shield it, you'll be trapped in the attack animation, which is very easy to punish. If this happens, your best escape option is trying to angle Pellet upwards. Pac isn't very good at landing, especially if Hydrogen is already on the ground. However, having to land and surviving is better than hitting your opponent's shield and taking an F smash to the face. Also, this should only be used against projectiles. If you Pellet Shield a ground attack, a special that isn't a projectile or an aerial, you will likely get punished, and the 2% you might heal won't be worth it. For this next part of the video, I'm going to show you every projectile that you can Pellet Shield. If you don't want to watch this part, skip to the time on the screen. Overall, pellet shielding is a very crucial advanced technique for Pac-Man. Knowing when to pellet shield projectiles and when to let off is very important for becoming a better Pac-Man player. It's not as integral as fruit cancels, but it's still a very important trick to have up your sleeve. Thanks for watching. Be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed the video and subscribe for more Smash 4 content. Also, shoutouts to Fawful's Minion and Lasher for suggesting this video. Let me know if there are any topics you want me to cover in a future video in the comments. Until then, I'll see you all soon.